I'm Nick, and this is Kenny. We're the Malt Vault. Strap on.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Malt Vault. I am Nick Flair, and this is Kenny Quickback.
Nick, you're already moving your bottle.
Yeah, my bad. I excited to show you that we are going to drink the nostalgic beer of Little Kings of our fathers and mothers. They all drank it at a cornfield somewhere.
It's a patio drink.
No, it's not a patio drink. This is
a nostalgic meals.
I have learned from a lot of my predecessors that I have consulted with about beer drinking that Little Kings was a party beer.
Wait, hold on. Turn Nick up.
Just slightly. Or you need to move in closer.
Oh.
I feel like you're very echoey. You're like
my bad. My apologies.
Not you.
Still getting used to this area space.
It's fair. It was less like this and more like this.
Then it's my fault. No, I've been told by a lot of people that I've consulted with that have drank Little Kings. I personally haven't. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm a dumbass. We're good.
Oh, okay.
Continue.
Yeah, everything that I've learned about Little Kings is really a big party beer. Like they would go grab cases of it because if you have noticed in the picture, it is only 7 ounces. So a little pony bottle, if you listen to our Rolling Rock podcast. So it's a tiny little guy. Never personally had it myself. Anxious to try it.
What, a tiny guy?
A little king, if you will.
That's on the list of fake laughs. Yeah, this will be a shorter than normal episode.
Nice pun.
Thanks.
So do you want to try it? You want to cheers it?
I'll try my own.
No, let's
Thanks,
cheers it. Let's these are Little Kings. It's nostalgic.
Well, let me get you in your camera because they're not going to see us clinking, right?
Okay, ready?
You guys should.
It was even sounded quieter.
So we're going to try Hobbit beers today.
You guys should Lady and Tramp that into your mouths.
Creamy.
I do really like that.
Oh God, I'm not sure.
That's really different.
It's definitely different. It's creamy. Have you ever had Genesee cream ale?
Yeah,
something similar.
Yeah, there's literally a crack in my bottle.
5.5%.
Sorry, go ahead.
They don't spend a lot of money on the bottling, which is a concern.
Dude, I got Genesee cream ale at Buster's Corner Store before it burned down.
I'm pretty sure that's where Johnny Snyder lived every Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday.
I can vouch for that because we walked there together like every weekend.
It is verifiable that I know that he was there. He was downtown. He was downtown at Mint Ultra Lounge on Saturdays.
Twice a week.
So I only spoke to Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday.
No one in the history of saying days of week has ever gone backwards like that.
That was insane. I've never heard that. It sounded like a foreign language.
Proprietaryism.
Proprietary. Here we go again. Little Kings. So this was originally brewed by the Schoenling Brewery in Cincinnati, Ohio, our home state.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Local. Yeah, I didn't know about Little Kings before we decided to get some for an episode.
Oh, you've never heard of Little Kings before this?
I think maybe I've heard it tossed around, or maybe I've seen a beer sign like Little Kings, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know. So the history is kind of cool. I don't have like a ton of information on it, but it says most of the stories say that the cream ale in the small bottle was created when the draft beer cooler in Cincinnati's famous Montgomery Inn.
Good food.
In the Montgomery Inn barbecue sauce is big in Central Ohio and most of Ohio, probably Kentucky too with Cincinnati.
Being so close in proximity, yeah.
But the Montgomery Inn refrigerator was on the fritz. It went out, and they had to drink these. I don't know why these weren't in the refrigerator, but I don't know what the refrigerator has to do with it necessarily. But these were side beers, and that's why they're so small. Side beers, if you're not familiar, it's kind of like a chaser. So if you order like a
Bloody Mary.
Bloody Marys is a big thing that I guess in some parts, mostly Midwest, if you order a Bloody Mary, a lot of places will give you a beer with it, like a small 5 or 7 ounce glass
like a beer
of beer.
back.
Yeah, like a beer back. Or and this is news to me. I didn't know this growing up or in my adulthood now, early adulthood, that you can get a side beer, which is a smaller beer that you sip on after you drink your stronger, fancier drink or whatever. And this was like a side beer, and people liked it so much that they started. Actually, the owner of Schoenling, his wife was like, "Well, why don't you just bottle it in smaller quantities?" Because it was originally a 12-ounce beer.
Oh, was it? I didn't see that.
It was originally a 12-ounce beer. Well, if you bottled it, they did drafts a lot in the older days, but because this started in 1958, so mostly drafts, and you'd get a 12-ounce, but they were doing 7-ounce, and the wife said, "Why don't you just bottle it in 7-ounce?" And he was like, "Oh, that makes sense." So he did that, and then people liked it because it was a little bit sweeter. Yeah, they left a little bit of sugar. They didn't. I don't want to say burn off or like ferment, not ferment.
Did they just pull it out sooner so that it didn't ferment completely?
That's it. Yeah, that's the word.
Burn the sugars as much.
Is it burn? I don't know about burn. I don't know about that.
When you heat, a lot of beers, when it's made in a kettle and stuff, and glass kettles and copper kettles, it's burnt. It burns the sugar.
This was a big side beer for Boilermakers. If you like,
oh yeah,
shot of
I've had a
bourbon, one of
Boilermaker.
these.
That'll wreck your world.
Well, it's like a normal order though for a lot of Midwest people.
I wonder if you said in the history of it that when the cooler was on the fritz, is something about a cream ale? Does it keep longer and it doesn't skunk or something? I would be interested to find out. Maybe we can get a chemist on it and find out.
I got two things.
Yeah.
Number one, I'd be interested to know that you're keeping pumpkin beers for over a year.
I have.
You're
refrigerated.
Oh, okay. So there's
I don't have refrigerator space for that.
And then two, we were talking about burning off the sugar or not, and then Nick said pull out.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
That's 3 things.
What was two?
You put 2 in one sentence.
Burning
I
off
think
sugars.
you got confused.
No, the burning off sugar was part of the pulling out part.
Oh, sorry.
You said
Pulling
I said pull out during your bit about burning off the sugar.
I got you. Sorry.
So you pull.
Is that a diabetes joke about the sugar, or is it just a pull out joke because I have 2 daughters out of wedlock?
The latter. I mean, I wasn't.
I don't know how it correlates. But
you literally just correlated it yourself. You knew exactly what I was talking about.
You should
I'm
never self-correlate.
I guess I'm confused by what you're asking me.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on pulling out?
It's a safe practice. I don't.
Big fan of pull out and pray.
I believe that's push and pray.
Well, I played Brett in Halo a lot, and it was always spray and pray. So that could also translate backwards too.
Oddly enough, he just said pull out and stuff like that because from what I said. But remember Bo Burnham's shit? He goes, "I got my girlfriend pregnant on my uncle's pull out couch." Like, isn't that ironic?
Don't you think?
Yeah,
like
I do think. I mean, these are cool little bottles. I think it's cool. I mean, I personally
think it's cool.
Like more than 7 ounces of beer, but I think it's
cute,
kind of cool,
nostalgic.
Yeah, these are nostalgic patio beers.
You would pair this
party beers
with a nostalgic meal from the 50s. A burger and a shake and a nostalgic.
And you sit in an old antique rutabaga. Or not rutabaga. Studebaga.
So Schoenling made these and they were owned by Hudepohl. Mm-hmm. Or purchased shortly thereafter by Hudepohl.
Yeah.
Now, who makes this now? Do we remember?
Now that's what I call Little Kings Volume 94.
That's a good one.
That's Nick's 14th fake laugh.
Fuck off, all y'all. Stop.
Nick, you know it's fake. Admit it.
It's not fake. I just laugh at a lot of things, okay?
So if you go to their actual website, it's
There's some good swag there. Just so you know, if you want to appear and actually be a true alcoholic, you can buy your baby a onesie that says "I'd prefer to drink milk in 7 ounces," and it's a picture of a Little Kings on a onesie.
But if you go to their website though, in the history, it's one paragraph and it has very little history. And
this is why I like to go to alternative sources, because earlier you got on me for that.
What?
Oh, I looked at the website because they're here. It's their website. I like to go other ones.
New podcast.
Nick goes to Truth Social to find out about the beers.
I can't find. They don't have a Wikipedia page, so naturally I didn't do any other research. But they were open. They started in 1958. There's a lot of advertising saying Little Kings is back, but I don't see where it ended. and when it restarted. So I don't know. Maybe they've been continuously sold, or I don't know if they. I have never seen these. I've heard, like I said, I'd probably seen like a beer sign that says Little Kings, and I knew they were small bottles, but I've never seen one in the flesh. Never seen one at a store. Didn't know that they stopped making them. Didn't know they restarted making them again. But now I guess it's just a propaganda.
It's like an erotic reimagining.
Yeah, it's like a propaganda, like a advertisement push to get it out there. And it is tasty. It's got a little bit. I guess if you get it on draft, there is like a creamy head, and then it dissipates.
I bet there's
fast.
a creamy head on it.
Yeah,
God
I knew. Anything with head, you can't say.
They should probably call it Little Queens then.
Thank God you weren't there for like Anne Boleyn. You'd be like, oh, look at her head. Aha, she gives good head. Yeah. Just anything. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard of this beer ever. I saw it in Meyer today, and I had to call Nick and be like, "Is this what we're drinking?"
Yeah,
because I'll buy it right now. It's right here.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's cute. I think I have a can of it at home, like up in my basement rafters from like the 70s that I found or something. But
don't give it to me. I'll drink it.
It's not full.
Oh, I do Killian's from 1988.
4.
Was that 84?
Oh, that was a 25-year-old beer can.
There's nothing that Nick Flair won't drink.
That's dangerous.
That is a great campaign. Let's start it now. Send in your worst.
You guys gave me Bacardi 151 last time we were together.
You're saying like things that are meant to be drank. I'm saying you said there's nothing that you won't drink. Don't even send it in. Send in your ideas.
Disclaimer, there's beer that I will try.
Horse semen. Was that Jackass 4 where they did like a gallon of pig semen?
That's so weird. Yeah, like a bottle of Chianti and some fava beans.
You would like a bottle of Chianti after that.
Yeah.
I did see in 2020, I found an article. Today, I found an article from 2020 that Little Kings is offering a blood orange and agave lime flavored Little Kings.
Oh, I would be interested to try that.
Didn't see anything else about it online, just one article. So they made it one time and never did it again.
It's funny you say that though, Kenny, because Rheingeist has that innovative.
What? Because
remember, Rheingeist is in Cincinnati. Rheingeist is in Cincinnati. They have an innovative brewing. I wonder if they developed it. They have a partnership with them.
Coastside Cincinnati.
Do they have a partnership with them?
No, I'm just saying like maybe they have one. Maybe they said, "Hey, can we use your innovative brewing location?"
24 packs are priced at $20 each, which you have to consider it's a 7-ounce beer. So
Seth, don't judge me.
Wait, really? I feel like I got screwed on this price then.
What did you pay for? Would you buy a 12 pack or a 16 pack?
It was a 16 pack for $17.
It's about $1 a beer. $1 and like.
So you have to do ounces.
5 cents.
I don't know.
7 cents.
I got screwed.
Yeah, it's all tax deductible for the business though.
Yeah, it's a good thing our LLC will just oblige.
Seth Nicholas Productions LLC. Why are you buying beer? Yeah.
That's your last name?
Productions?
Yeah.
LLC.
LLC is your last name.
These caps are really cool.
I'm not going to say it. They are cool.
So the small beer, yeah. See this website. I don't know. I need to stop reading the internet. It says
what else did we were talking about this before we did the podcast, and there's a common name also aside from like beer backs and stuff for sidecar, right? Did you already mention that?
Snits.
Snits. Yeah,
that's what they call it in Minnesota.
Yeah, in Minnesota.
They call them
Don't
snits.
you know?
Like it's just
you
like
betcha.
It's basically a chaser.
Yeah,
is what they call it. Like you have this. Some people like will take drinks out of their Bloody Mary and then pour a whole 7-ounce beer into their Bloody Mary to finish it off.
My unpopular opinion is I would not chug a 7-ounce beer as a chaser. Maybe 4 ounces.
You don't chug the whole thing.
Oh,
it's for like
maybe it's a young thing in me, like a chaser. I'm down the hatch. I'm not like
you're 63.
No, I'm not.
That's still an unpopular opinion, though.
What?
His is unpopular opinion because nobody really has that one. It's not a popular one that he just made.
That is an unpopular opinion.
Yeah. See, proprietary.
Just nobody else has ever thought about it.
Yeah,
you heard it here first. That's funny you say that because
I'm trying not to say enjoy. Okay. Ching.
Oh, okay. The brewery became Hudepohl, Schoenling, and its brands bounced around to different cities. In 2016, that's 7 years ago. Little Kings, now owned by Christian Moreland. That's in 2016. Now they're owned by Hudapool. I think Hudapool also owns Christian Moreland. So it's all come full circle. And it's all owned by Cincinnati Beverage Company, right? That's the head. Cincinnati Beverage Company owns Hudapool,
except for
all
Rheingeist.
the old Cincinnati beers, right? Except for Rheingeist, which is a craft brewer or whatever, independently owned. They own Christian Moreland, or must have purchased Christian Moreland, who owned Little Kings since 2016. It says they began producing their bottles locally again.
Do you think
that must be the comeback that Little Kings is talking about? I don't know. I didn't know they left.
So what you just told me makes me think, do you think they just it's been 5 years, people are getting sick of hearing Hudapool, let's just use Christian Moreland.
I'm saying
it's been about 7 years, we should probably use.
I'm saying if there's any state antitrust laws in Cincinnati, they're not being enforced.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Hard take.
We should do some investigative journalism.
Rheingeist probably helped that though, because they're independently owned and they're thriving. So that probably was yes.
But that
give us a mass. So now Hudapool and them are just
bumping uglies.
Booty cheeks.
What do you think? It's cute.
Yeah, I think it's
What would
good.
you do with this?
I mean, drink it in a cornfield, listen to some music.
Just the beer. Drink it in a cornfield, listen to music?
Yeah, I was told that a lot of people before our time, the generation before us, would just sit there with Little Kings out in the field. And
who told you this?
Family members and
I'm going to press. Which one?
My uncles told me, and
okay,
my mom and my aunt.
Your mom's drank Little Kings?
Mm-hmm. My dad said that he used to go and go on hiking trips, and they would get cases of Little Kings and slam them.
There's a crack in this glass.
I don't know. It makes sense. There's 7. They're probably not very heavy to carry around. 7-ounce beers.
You have to carry more though.
Depends. Seth, what's your take on it? Did you try it?
I think that since it's so light, literally, you can
carry more.
Carry more.
Yeah, but
it's probably
you also
boost.
need to because you're carrying more glass, probably.
Yeah, you actually it's less bang for your buck because there's less liquid per glass.
Yeah, they got to be losing their ass on bottle caps.
That's crazy. If you want to drink in a cornfield, you got to go. I would think some sort of moonshine type deal.
Also, if you're drinking in a cornfield, that's got to suck, right? I'm assuming the corn's been plowed because if you're drinking a cornfield that has corn in it, you can't even stand next to people without getting
after
ticks
harvest
on you, right?
After harvest, you're thinking you're going out there. Well, I'd be curious to find out because when speaking to the people that I spoke to about it,
why are you protecting their identities?
Who's
paying you?
Nobody's paying me. I'm waiting on my Patreon page to even get a single donation.
Hey, you actually owe Patreon money, don't you?
I think so. Yeah, it's been a couple of months and nobody's donated. So now they're like, "Hey, we need."
I get it.
We're wasting time, administrative fees on you right now. Nevertheless, if you think about it, when was the 21? When was the age of 21 that made the law you have to be 21 to buy beer?
I think it was late 80s.
Because I remember,
80s,
I remember talking to my uncle, and he's like, "Well, I would go pick up Miller Lite at the gas station and bring it to the horse farm," and he was like, "I was in high school," so I'm like, "Huh?"
Yeah, well, the horses were 21.
He wasn't giving it to the horses. This isn't Johnny Snyder and Bruce.
Before 21, it was 18. So if he was in high school and he was 18, that would have been a very short time, unless the gas station just didn't ID because they didn't have the liability issues they have now.
They changed it from 18 to 21?
Yeah.
That would suck if you were 19. That's like double jeopardy shit.
Right.
Yeah,
You've been drinking beer legally for a year and a half. Yeah. Or 20. You've been drinking beer legally for 2 years. And then they're like, oh, it's 21. You can no longer buy beer.
All right, here you go.
They just did that with tobacco. I think they raised it from 18 to 21.
We should be able to vape if we want.
What about secondhand vape? Is that safe?
I've been vaping straight into Nick's mouth for years.
That's why we call them nicotine.
Secondhand vape.
Secondhand vape smoke? Is that what you can't keep up with the things we're proposing here.
Yeah, sorry. I'm looking up the legal drinking age.
What about secondhand beer burps?
It's a problem.
It's
sweeping the nation.
Existential threat.
All right, let me give you Ohio here, for instance.
What is the abbreviation?
It's by state, so not every state is
level
the same.
ELE, existential level event.
So 1933, it was 16. 1935, it went to 18 for anything that was 3.2 and below. 21 for beer stronger than 3.2 as of 1935.
Do you think there are a lot of beers like at that 3.2 line?
In
They
80
had
in
near
82. Listen, here in 82 had to be 19. In 1982 they made it go to 19 for 3.2 and below.
So they lowered it briefly in 82.
So that's why you could get
When did
small
it bump
beer.
back up? 82 to what?
88.
So for 6
21.
years, it was madness
Dude,
in the United
yeah.
States. They were like 19-year-olds were like, fuck yeah, we can go buy whatever beer we want.
Yeah.
And then they're like, nope, this is bad.
1988 it went to 21, a hard 21.
Who was running for president in 82? Was it Reagan? Because he was elected in 84. No, he ran in 84. No, sorry, he was elected in 84.
It would have been
85.
H.W. Bush in 88. Because
I don't care about 88. I'm saying 82. I'm saying this was political.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you just be like, oh, we're
No,
running
it was
to
by
lower
state,
the drinking
man.
age?
It was by state.
Those are all drinking age voters.
Yeah, listen, in Oklahoma, listen to this. In Oklahoma, the legal drinking age was 21 for men. Women, 18. They wanted to get the women drunk.
Yeah, have you seen the guys from Oklahoma? Oof.
Yeah. Like, these men need some help.
You
Let's
make it
get these
illegal for
drunk.
girls to drink beer in Oklahoma, there's no babies coming out of Oklahoma.
That's an existence level event. What is that phrase?
Is
Something
it
level
ELE?
event.
Existential level event? Someone
Extinction level event.
comment below and like and subscribe.
Rhode Island, 21.
Man, so that time.
Extinction level event. ELE introduced in the this term was introduced in the 1998 film Deep Impact.
Oh.
Wow. I thought that was a real term. Wait. Okay.
Coincidentally, the Virgin Islands has always been 18.
That makes sense. What an oxymoron, am I right?
I just like to go there, so like it's kind of cool that it's
the Virgin Islands.
Wait,
it's a U.S. territory.
I like to go there. I'm also way above 18.
I meant like when I was younger.
Yeah, that's a nice perk.
California's always been 21. Hard asses.
That makes sense. Well, I'm talking like
Makes a lot of sense.
Ohio.
I wonder about Alaska. Here, let's look up Alaska. 21 originally. 1970 lowered to 19. 1970 lowered to 19. 1984 raised to 21 with a grandfather clause. So if you were born before 1965, you were fine.
I know what
To be
21 means.
So for 2 years, you were safe. And now it's 21. Pretty much everybody's 21 now.
Well, every state is going to have a different weird law, so don't get into the habit of looking
Don't look at
every
Connecticut.
one.
That'll give you a mind fuck.
Don't look at any of them. I will say a cool one, though, is Idaho. Up until a couple years ago, you could drink beer as much as you want while you're driving as long as you weren't drunk.
Was that subjective? Like how? Like you're driving. I'm drinking. I'm not drunk.
Probably BAC.
You know there's tests that can tell if you're legally drunk.
No. What I'm saying is,
Yeah,
no. Hold on. This is not a stupid point. This is logical and rational, right? Someone pulls you over and you're drinking. I'm drinking. I'm not drunk.
I could
Well,
get,
yeah, you are. Like, do they have? If they drink while they're driving, they don't have a choice. They get a BAC test done.
No, it has to be. You have to have some sort of indication that there is you're under the you have a
Like some sort of violation.
Yeah. What if I sneezed
not just
and went
one
left to center
violation.
and they
Oh.
pulled me over? Like,
it's
what if I
essentially
sneezed and pulled
essentially a
over?
probable cause
Yeah.
for the arrest of that, right?
Yeah.
So, yes. And if you have the rule that you can drink beer while you're driving, that's probably something that those lawyers have kind of figured out and fine-tuned, right?
Yeah.
But I'm saying I could have this and I could be like, all right, I'm going home. And I could get in the car and drive and a cop could pull me over and I could be like, hey, what's going on, officer?
So in Louisiana,
And he'd be like looking and he'd be like, oh, well, you weren't swerving. I just saw that you didn't use your turn signal.
yeah.
Yeah, he'd be like, you
All
have,
right.
you have massive hands.
Have a good one. You're like, thanks, man. See you later. Like, that's cool. Like a couple years ago, as long as you weren't like messed up, which I think that's a cool law.
Yeah.
Or anti-law if you don't have it.
Also, down in the Virgin Islands, there's no open container laws, so you can drive around and have a beer.
Drive.
Yeah, you can drive and have a beer.
That's what I was just talking about.
Yeah,
You're saying that.
same thing.
Okay, cool.
I don't know, Seth. Did you tell us what you thought about this beer?
Yes.
And how it tastes?
Did I? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think we talked about that, and then you brought up the fact that I brought up pull out.
That I did do that.
That makes sense.
I think we should go back to that.
Nope, sure shouldn't.
Just clicked.
You should pull in next time.
Push and pray is the correct term.
Yeah, this tastes like a beer. We've done 2 green bottle beers recently. I find that to be highly suspect.
It's not slime, that's for certain.
Do green
Flubber.
things make you think of slime?
And flubber, yeah.
Top green things.
Nickelodeon Splat City.
Lettuce.
grass.
Grass is one.
We should do a green podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to do a green screen podcast soon.
We're absolutely not, because I told you how we don't have to do that. Remember?
I remember that.
Nick sent me a link for a
Green screen suit. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What was I going to talk about? Oh, the tripod situation.
Yeah.
What's up with tripods?
I have one actual tripod, and I didn't want to put $3,000 or $4,000 worth of camera equipment on this other shitty tripod. Usually I borrow Allie's dad's, but I didn't have it. So I asked Nick if he had a second tripod, which turned into a very long text. And what was the outcome? I said, can you go get the second one from your dad? Because I think your dad has a good one.
Oh, this was good. Yeah, you said.
And you said basically you couldn't get into your parents' house.
You said dad's not home.
And I was like, so you can't get in the house or what?
Yeah.
So you can't get in your parents' house.
No.
So if they,
why are you looking up? Like, no, like
so if they,
you live in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, I know. I can't get in there right now.
If God forbid they took a trip and never came back, you just never see any of their stuff.
I could prove that I used to live there, and I could probably get a sheriff to let me in. I don't have the key for it.
I don't know. That's another.
I could get into their garage, but that's it.
They keep the. I mean, no one that's watching knows, because there's no one watching where they live.
I could get into the car in the house. I mean,
but not to
legally.
get a tripod.
I'm not gonna break a window to get in for a tripod.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That would be breaking.
Where's your mom's not home?
No.
I'm calling your mom right now. Wait, I said, is the implication A, he took it with him, B, you can't get into your parents' house and nobody's home, B, most likely.
Facts.
You cannot get into your parents' house. There's no way.
I cannot get into my parents' house right now.
What do you mean, right? Like, because you're in Marysville?
Let's go. Come with us. Grab the camera. Anyways, is
but-
acknowledging the tripods breaking the fourth wall?
No, we got to go back to the whole thing. Wait, so you need a fourth tripod?
Yo.
It's like, no, I need a fucking third tripod.
Like this beer, we're short on tripods.
I'm definitely texting your mom and be like, can Nick get into your house?
Why?
Because it seems like every kid should be able to get into their parents'
No,
house.
because then you're gonna get a call, and I'm gonna get a call, and she's like, what, "Are you at our house?" That's what's gonna happen.
She's like, do you need the new garage code? Because I can give it to you.
And you're going to say, yeah, I need a tripod. And she's going to say, no, get out of there.
The tripod's in the safe.
Shoo.
It's not, my dad said we could have it,
Go on, get.
but he wasn't there.
He's going to old yeller you. I understand that
Oh,
part.
he's going to white fang him. Go on, get.
Get you on, Nick.
You trying to white fang me?
Seth, how do you feel about Little Kings? Good, bad, indifferent?
I feel better if we had a more stable tripod, for sure.
God damn it!
I think we need
Quit
to.
this
We
podcast.
need to get.
This today is about how do we get Nick Flair to quit the podcast.
It's about how can we get you back in your parents' house because you live in the same neighborhood. That doesn't make any sense.
Today it's Nick flared up.
yeah.
Yeah, the beer's all right. I mean, I have like what 15 more of them, so that's not great.
Did we talk about the ABV on this on Untapped?
I'd buy him off of you, but I owe you for the Modelo's I drank.
To the tab, 5.5%.
We were there and we almost got you some, and then we didn't.
Because you couldn't get in.
They only had a 20
3.06
3.06. Oh, on Untapped the score.
on Untapped. Yeah, out of 11,859 ratings.
11,000. It's pretty low.
11,000.
It was the same guy who rated over and over.
3.06 or 3.86? I'm sorry.
3.06.
That seems
pedestrian.
low.
3.06.
It's definitely different.
Pedestrian.
I heard.
This is definitely different than other old beers. The cream ale is a new thing for me. I have not tried.
It's
cream
heavy.
ales.
Does it feel heavy to you? I feel like
Sweet.
the mouth feel like I'm foaming up.
You can definitely taste. You can definitely taste a little bit of the sugar.
I don't have rabies. Yeah.
I like it. I don't know.
That's good because if you the thing with rabies, remember this from health class? You become like
Rabid.
afraid of water, like hydrophobic. Is that a word?
Health class or The Office? Rabies fun run race for the cure.
I know there's some of the rabies where like in advanced stages you like reject water.
Yeah, yeah.
Was that in The Office?
Yeah. Rabies causes fear of water. Solidarity.
Damn.
They're doing a fun run race for the cure.
I do remember the 5K.
Yeah. Well, they try to give Michael Scott water, and he says, "No, rabies causes fear of water. I gotta stay in it." Like he says, solidarity. He won't drink the water while he's running. He's like, I drank less water and ate more fettuccine Alfredo.
Initial symptoms of rabies are fever and headache. As the disease progresses, viruses reach the brain and may cause cerebral dysfunction, anxiety, and confusion. Further, patients experience delirium, abnormal behavior, and hydrophobia.
Damn, it's like alcohol except for the hydrophobia.
Like, what are they afraid they're going to drown in their own water?
Something I don't know, but it definitely kills you once you're that part.
I wonder if they just feel like they've already had enough water.
Yeah, that's probably it. They're probably like, ugh.
Don't die of rabies. Pick up a pack of Little Kings if you see it. It's worth a taste.
It'll give you that big Nick energy.
If you can help Nick get into his house, let us know in the comments below.